welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be cutting a very straight gown, not a straight gown per se, an A-line gown, and it's not going to be having a division at the middle. I'm not going to be cutting it at the middle. It's just going to be a very straight and simple gown. So please, I folded this material into two, as you can see, and I folded this material with my whole body measurement. I added 3 inches allowance for my zip allowance. I added 4 inches sewing allowance. I added an extra 2 inches so that it will have an A line at the down part. So this is my zip allowance I'm measuring 1.5 for my zip allowance now. So this is on 4 folds. I will be taking my measurement on this 4 fold. I folded this material with my body measurement without any but my body measurement plus 4 inches allowance for my sewing allowance, 3 inches zip allowance, and then 3 extra inches so it will flay towards the ending. So we're going to see how it's going to come out. I'm not going to divide at the middle, please. So that's it. So now I'm going to be going straight to take my neck measurement. I'm going to measure my neck. See where I'm measuring it. I'm measuring my shoulder and my neck from the place that has a fold and zip allowance. The place that has double fold, I am not taking my measurement on that part. So please just watch the way and where I'm placing my tape. So I'm taking 8 for my armhole. I'm going to roll across. So this is it. I'm going to close it again. Please just check out, please. I'm going to curve. Just in case you don't have your armhole curve, you can use your free hand and curve it. So this is the armhole for my back. I'm going to add 1/2 inch at that midpoint of the armhole. So I'm going to curve to meet that 1/2 inch. This part is for my front armhole, and I'm not going to be cutting together. I'll cut it one after the other. So please watch. I'm trying to get my midpoint to be sure I have my midpoint. So this is my midpoint. I marked at my midpoint 1/2 inch. Then I'm going to connect. So that's it. For the neck, I'm going to be marking 3 for the width of the neck. I want to use 3, and then for the depth, I want to use I think I'll just use 4. I'll use 4 for the depth. So I'm going to close up. I'm going to draw a line, and then I'll curve. This is for the front neck. Now for the back, I'm going to use 2.5 rather. So I'll still lock it up again and curve. But if you want it to be a box neck or a block neck, just leave it like that. So that's it. So I have the front neck and the back neck. I have the front armhole and the back armhole. So I'm going to go back and take my body measurement now. Okay. But before the body measurement, I'm going to be measuring my shoulder slant. I'm going to take 1 inch for my shoulder slant. I'm measuring at that armhole line. That's where I kept my tape. So I marked 1 inch, then I went down and slanted. So that's it for the shoulder slant. So for the bust measurement, I'm going to be using 36. I'm going to find 36 on my tape and take the tip of my tape to meet 36. So I'm going to check what I have. 36 divided by 2. I have to be very careful when I'm placing my tape. So 36 divided by 2 is 18. Let's check. So we have 18. I'm going to be adding 4 inches sewing allowance. 1, 2, 3, 4. So at 22, I'm going to divide again. Keep the tip of my tape at 22 and divide. So I have 11. I'm going to be placing that 11 on my fabric at that point where my armhole is. So that's where I'm going to be marking that 11. So for my bust, I have 11 plus all my sewing allowances. So the measurement for my bust is complete. I'm going to be measuring my half length, not because I'm going to cut it, just so I will take my body measurement on that half length. I'm not going to be cutting out any part of this cloth apart from the excesses, the allowance as per. Just what you see. So I'll be measuring the half length. The half length is around the lower part of the body, just before the navel. So I'll be measuring the half length. The half length is 34. So 34 divided by 2. I'll be taking the tip of my tape and placing it on 34 as usual. So I have 17. Look at 17. I'm going to be adding 4 inches sewing allowance, which will give me 21. I'm dividing 21 again by 2. Whatever I have here, I'm going to be placing it on my fabric. So I have 10 and a half. I'm going to be placing 10 and a half on my fabric. That line that I drew, the half length line, that's where I'm going to be placing my 10 and a half. So I marked my 10 and a half. So after the 10 and a half, I'm going to connect from my bust to my half length, and I'm going to slant from that half length down. I'm not going to be using that hip line because it's not a straight gown. So I'm going to mark from here down, slant it down. It's just a free line gown from that point. So let's see. So from here, I'll be connecting down with a slant. You can use your long rule and connect. So I'll be connecting down with a slant. It's not a straight line, or I'm slanting. So this is it for a very simple gown, a very simple A-line gown. Everything. I'm going to be cutting now, so you see it. So I'm going to be cutting the back armhole and the back neck, then the front armhole and the front neck. So let's just watch. Okay. Yeah, I want to cut And of course, if you didn't check the length, please check the length. So this is all that you need for this particular, see the way the slant came. It went in, then it went straight. This is just a simple A line, very simple, very simple.